Good morning, everybody. It's Tim for London Walker. I hope you're doing very, very well and also trying to stay as warm as possible because at the moment London is unbelievably cold. Now, we're down here on the banks of the River Thames here at Rotherhithe, and this is a culmination of a conversation I had the other night with some friends where we were talking about the ever-encroaching presence of technology in our lives, especially AI. And that led me thinking about J.M.W. Turner, the great English painter, and one of my favourite school teachers. Now let me explain. We all have those amazing teachers in our lives who lift us up, buoy us, encourage us to do better, to do good. And I had one such great teacher, and at the end of the year where he taught me, he left me this glorious postcard, and it was a painting, a beautiful painting of a fabulous ship coming up the River Thames in vivid, vivid light. Now, let me explain to you that story.
It was painted here in 1838 on the foreshore of the Thames. It's one of the most famous, celebrated paintings in English history, J.M.W. Turner's The Fighting Temeraire. But nothing is ever as it seems. Turner didn't paint his painting here. It was conveyed with his usual brilliance, but from inside the comfort of a studio. He makes the scene so real because he was long familiar with the river, and probably saw firsthand the great ship being towed to the scrapyard. For me, it conveys an incredible period of change and transformation, which hints at our own turbulent times. This was the height of the Industrial Revolution. Enormous changes were occurring in society, and Turner reflects this in his painting. The once great ship, powered by the age of sail, is being pulled to its final resting place by the immense power of a small, steam-powered tug. It reflects a society reconciling with a changing age, dealing for the first time with a future driven not by themselves, but by industry and technology. In one image, Turner brilliantly conveys the aspirations, concerns, and hopes of that generation, and a longing for a past already gone. It reminds me of today, a new experience of change and upheaval, of technology taking ever greater control of our lives and our livelihoods. And we often comment on how our time in history has been one of exceptional change, how fast-paced technology has evolved. I like to think it was the same for our Victorians. At the beginning of their century, most people lived in the countryside. There was the horse and cart, and houses were lit by candles. Yet within a lifetime, people had moved to the city. There were steamboats, railways, telephones, bicycles, and electric light bulbs. The trauma of change is always there. It's here in our future, as it was also in our past. And I think Turner knew this all too well, and this to me is what his painting so gloriously conveys. I wonder what he'd make of AI.